What are the best credit cards for hotel stays on the market? There are many, many hotel credit cards. And today I'm going to go through most, at least, of what's available right now in the market for hotel credit cards and kind of do a tier list of what I think is the best down to the ones that really maybe we should pass on. And so we're going to go from an S tier, which is the very best, to A, to B, to C, and to D. And I'm going to walk through personal credit cards that are associated with hotel chains. So we're going to leave out some of the well-known business cards like the Hilton business card and the Wyndham Earner business card and just focus on some of the personal cards. And because this is an extensive list, I'm not going to go through every single detail of every single card, all of their earnings and different categories. I'm simply going to highlight the reasons that I place them where I do on the list. So things that make them a really good card, or things they're lacking, or maybe some features that make them what I consider to be a poor card. So I'd love for you to put your comments down below as I go through. If you agree or if you disagree on a particular card, please hit the like and subscribe button. This is the Rewards Master, and we're glad to have you here. Let's dive into it together. Now to start off, we're going to look at some of the Wyndham cards. So the Wyndham Rewards program, it's not that bad. In fact, it has pretty good point redemption values compared to some of its competitors, things like Hilton and Marriott. So sometimes you can get upward of 1 cent per point in value. So Wyndham's not a bad program. It also has some pretty good transfer partners with some of the big banks. So first we start with the zero annual fee Wyndham Earner card. Now this card has a small 30,000 point sign-up bonus, and that's not great, but for a zero annual fee card, it's not all that bad. Now, when it comes to this card and where I think it would fit in the list, you know, the earnings as far as its multipliers are just kind of all right. It has an elevated for Wyndham stays and for gas, and then it has some other typical categories. But what I think makes this card, and really most of the Wyndham cards, pretty decent is you get an annual kickback of points. So just like with the Capital One Venture X where you get that 10,000 points a year, with Wyndham cards you get that as well. Now this one you got to spend $15,000 on it, but for that you get 7,500 points a year. So since this is a no annual fee card and it does give you some ability to get back some points, I think it kind of belongs in the middle of the pack. And I would put this Wyndham Earner zero annual fee card in the B tier. The next is the Wyndham Earner Plus card. It's a $75 a year annual fee, but you get quite a few more points with the sign-up bonus. You get 45,000 points with the sign-up bonus, which is, you know, that's a little bit better than the 30,000 that you get with its little brother. But the other thing that makes this card kind of good is it has pretty decent earnings. It's got 4x in a couple of pretty standard categories of dining and grocery, and it has 6x on gasoline. Now it also gives you the 7,500 points boost every year, but it does that without you having to spend anything. So you get it just for holding the card. So because of those reasons, I think it's pretty decent. I mean, it's pretty much a break-even card, which, you know, the zero annual fee, those are all break-even cards because you don't have anything to pay on them. So I'm going to put it in the same list, though I would probably rank it just a little bit better than its little brother, but I'm also going to put it in the B tier. Next, we have the Choice Privileges no annual fee card. It's got a 40,000 point sign-up bonus. Not really anything particularly impressive when it comes to its earning rates. It gets 5x on choice properties, and it gets 3x on a whole host of common everyday, you know, gas, grocery, stuff like that. But it's a no annual fee card, so again, it's pretty much a break-even card. So if you just want a card to rack up some points in the choice system, which aren't the most valuable points in the world, but I would say this card also is kind of mid-tier because of its zero annual fee, and it's a B-tier card. Now we get to the Choice Privileges Select card. This one has a $95 annual fee, which is kind of typical for what we would call mid-tier hotel cards. So, I mean, it gives a little bit higher point bonus when you sign up for the card. You can get 60,000 points for $3,000 in spend. But what makes this card really interesting is, first of all, it gives you some status. I don't know how good status is with Choice Hotels, but it gives you platinum status, so whatever that's worth. But what is really neat about it is it gives you 30,000 points annually. And with what choice hotels cost, that could be up to 3 free nights per year. 3 free nights per year, potentially on a card that's only $95 a year. Well, I got to put this one, even though I don't have it, I've never really used the choice ecosystem, but it seems on paper that that's a pretty good return on your card. So I'm thinking I need to put it in the A tier. Next is the Hyatt card. Now, this is a very, very popular card because Hyatt are some of the most valuable hotel points there are. They have some of the very best point redemptions. Now, the Hyatt card is $95 a year. It's offered through Chase. It doesn't have a great sign-up bonus, 30,000 points, although because Hyatt points are worth so much, that's worth probably as much as 60,000 points or even more with some of its competitors. So that's not terrible, but it's not really great, so it's kind of there in the middle. But the thing about the Hyatt card, it doesn't have tremendous earnings. I mean, of course, you get elevated earnings with Hyatt properties and then like 2x on some other categories. But if you're looking to get to Hyatt Globalist or any of their status tiers, it does give 5 free nights, and then also you get 2 more for, I think it's every $5,000 you spend on the card. So that could be helpful. But really, what I think is the most helpful thing about this card is you get a free night certificate just for having the card up to a category 4 property, which can be a $300 or $400 a night property. So, I mean, you're getting a great return on that. And then if you spend $15,000 a year on the card, you get another free night. So for $15,000 in spend on this card with $95 a year, you could theoretically get $700-800 in hotel nights for free. So that is what I think of as a really, really good return. So I would put the Chase Hyatt card in the A tier. I think it's well deserved, the reputation that it has, and it's a very, very good card. The IHG One card, their 0 annual fee card, it's not all that impressive. It's kind of the typical no annual fee card that you're going to see with hotels. It's got a 40,000 point sign up bonus. You get 17x at IHG because of what you get with the card, and then also with just being a member of IHG, and you know how they do that funny math when they put that all together. So you get that, but it does have some interesting earning categories, even though IHG points really aren't worth much more than a half a cent a piece, they tell us. But yet you get 3x on things like internet and cable and several other categories. So that's okay. You also get silver status with IHG, which is not all that valuable. But then when you book IHG nights, what I love about IHG is they have a 4th night free if you're a part of their program. And so if you have this card, you're eligible. If you book 3 nights with points, you get the 4th night free. Some of the other programs have 5th night free, but IHG kind of stands alone in this. So because of that, since it's a no annual fee card and you're not having to do a lot to make up for a fee, so I think it's still in the B tier. Now, the IHG One Premier is their $99 a year card, and it has a great sign-up bonus. At the time of this recording, it's 165,000 points, and that's quite a good value, even at only half a cent a point. That's still, you're running over $800 in value, which is good. It gives you a free night certificate. I think it's up to 40,000 point value every year, which of course for $95, that's going to be a hotel that's well worth $150, $200, maybe even more than that. And it also, and this is what I think really boosts it up, this card gives you platinum status. And we have this card and we've actually gotten upgrades with the platinum status. So with all of that wrapped together, the return on your investment with this card of that $95 a year with the platinum status, with the huge sign-up bonus, and with the pretty decent, I think it gets 26x with the card and also having your platinum status with IHG when you spend at IHG properties. So I'm going to put this card, I think it's pretty decent. I'm going to put it along with the Hyatt card into the A tier. Now, the Hilton Honors card, that's just a 0 annual fee card, has what on the surface seems like a good sign-up bonus. 100,000 points right now at time of recording. But Hilton points are notoriously not worth very much. And still, they've continued to devalue their program, and now they're worth even less, especially if you want to go to really nice aspirational properties. So, I mean, I think that even saying half a cent a point would be pretty generous with the Hilton program. And this card gives you silver status with Hilton. That's not all that great. and it really doesn't offer much else. Even its categories, I think you get 7X at Hilton, you get 5X on a few other categories, but again, 5X at points that aren't worth very much. So this one is the first one that I'm going to drop down into the C category. I mean, although Hilton will have some great cards on this list, this just doesn't seem one of them. It only seems to be reasonable if you're looking for a card as a placeholder, maybe to upgrade to a better card in the future. Now we get to some good cards. The Hilton Surpass card has a $150 a year annual fee. It has a 155,000 point sign-up bonus, which is, it's getting a lot better. I mean, that's a whole lot better. And this card is a real superstar in the sense, because it has typical earnings. I mean, Hilton cards are all going to have high earnings because you're going to have like 3X on all spend. You're going to have several 6X categories, and you're getting 12X at when you spend money at Hilton properties. But you get gold status, and Hilton gold status, at that mid-tier status, most hotel programs aren't very good, but Hilton gold status is the exception, because you do get either a dining credit at many hotels or you get free breakfast. And so that's really a good perk of having gold status. But what makes this card really powerful is you get a free night certificate when you spend $15,000 or more on the card in a year. Because that is great, because Hilton free night awards are the best of the best because they're not capped. Any standard award a night availability you find, even if it's at a hotel that costs $1,000 or $1,500 a night, you're going to be able to get that for that $15,000 spend. So this is a really good card, and I put it right up there in the A tier, which leads us to what, in my opinion, may be the best hotel credit card on the market. Although there'll be some others on here that are very good as well. But it's the Hilton Aspire. Now, the Hilton Aspire is very expensive. It's $550 a year. But when you talk about return on your investment, actually getting back for what you pay for the annual fee, this card is just amazing. First of all, it has a 175,000 point sign-up bonus right now at the time of recording, and it always has a high sign-up bonus. I think you got to spend $6,000 to get that, but I mean, that's really, really a good return. But then, wow, you're going to get great multipliers when you stay at Hilton properties. It's going to over 30 points per dollar spent. You're going to get other good multipliers, 7X multipliers on the card. I mean, it just is an earner, and it's 3X on everything else, even though, like we said, you got to factor in that the points aren't worth that much. But what is worth a lot is you get two $200 credits, so $400 a year at Hilton Resorts. You can use that for anything as long as it's charged to your room, even the room rate. So that's awesome. That is if you can go to Hilton Resorts twice a year, that is an easy $400 to get back. And then on top of that, you get a $200 credit towards airline fees. Now, it's broken up into $50 every quarter, but you can find different ways to use that. You could use it for incidentals, but you could, every first flight that you buy every quarter, you're going to get $50 back on that. That's another great, easy to use $200. So that right there, those two credits are more than the annual fee. In addition to that, you get clear for free, so that's worth over $200. That's great. You also get diamond status, which is the highest level of Hilton status. Now, in the States, it might not get you a lot, but overseas, we've gotten upgraded to the top level, to great two-room suites. We've been given great service on that. And of course, it also gives you the free breakfast or the dining credits, just like Gold would. It gives you access to their lounges at their high-end properties. But then the great superpower of this card is this card gives you an annual free night certificate just for having the card, even in the first year. And that is worth, upward of $1,000 easy if you use it correctly. So this card, wow, you can pay $550 and you can get well over 3 times back on that investment. This card is outstanding. And I have to say, it's the first one to deserve to go into the S tier on my list of hotel credit cards. Next, we look at the Marriott lineup. So the first one is the Marriott Bold card. It's a 0 annual fee card from Chase. It has a 60,000 point sign-up bonus. It has kind of mid multipliers as far as for your spending. Marriott points aren't worth all that much, a little bit more than Hilton and IHG, but not all that much. So I wouldn't say this is a good earner card on a day-to-day basis. It does give you 5 elite night credits towards your status if you want to stay a bunch of nights. But basically, I just think of this card as a C tier card. It's just not a great card, even for a 0 annual fee card. It just doesn't give you a lot. Now we come to what I think is probably the worst card on this list. In fact, I know it because I want to replace it. And that is the Marriott Bonvoy Bevy card. It has an 85,000 point sign-up bonus, which is it's okay, but it has a $250 annual fee. It has a $250 annual fee, and it doesn't give you a free night credit. It doesn't give you a free night for $250. And I've often wondered, why does anybody get this card? I mean, I really don't know, because I can't see anything that would ever make me apply and burn an application and a hard credit pull to get this card. I just don't understand. The multipliers are okay, 6x on Marriott properties, 4x, but Marriott points aren't worth that much on several other categories. It gives you an extra 1,000 points on each stay, if I read that right. And then it gives you gold status and 15 elite night credits towards your status, so I guess that might matter to some folks. But gold status with Marriott's just not very good. It might get you bottles of water or something. Maybe you get an upgrade to the similar type room, but just on a different floor or something like that. And you can earn a free night certificate after you spend $15,000. But remember, you're paying $250 a year for this card. I'd love, if some of you have this card and you love it, please explain to me in the comments why you love it, because I just don't understand. I'm putting this card in the D tier. It is the worst card on the list. And most hotel cards are pretty decent, but this one just seems like, why does anybody want it? But that's how I see it. Maybe I'm missing something. Let me know. Next is the Marriott Boundless card. It's their $95 annual fee card from Chase. It gives 125,000 points right now, plus a free night certificate. And I think that's up to maybe 35,000 points per night. So that's pretty decent. I mean, that's worth well over $150, $200 perhaps. And so you get that free night certificate plus those points. That's a pretty good sign-up bonus. This card gives a free night every year. So just holding the card after your first year, you're going to get a free night certificate, again, worth well more than the annual fee, at least $150 up to $200 and something dollars. So that's pretty good. The multipliers, again, kind of mid, 17x on Marriott, 3x gas, grocery, dining, stuff like that. And so not just like most hotel cards, not the terrible great earner. You also get one night towards your status every $5,000 you spend on the card. But I think because of that great sign-up bonus and the free night, that makes it, you're getting back a lot for your $95. I'm going to put this card, I think it's one of the best in the Marriott lineup. I'm going to put it in the A tier. Now's the big boy Marriott card, the Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant card. It is coming in at a whopping $650 a year. But for that, you really get a lot. Now, the sign-up bonus, right now, it's been much better before, but right now when I checked, it was like 100,000 points, but it can go higher than that for, I think, 3,000 or 4,000 and spend in 3 months. So it's just okay. But some of the multipliers, they're just, again, not all that great. 6x on Marriott stays in some 3x categories, so not really an earner, but it does have some cool things that offset that annual fee. First of all, it gives priority pass. So if you don't have priority pass on another card, that's kind of a neat feature, so you get airport lounge access. It also gives a $300 dining credit broken up into $25 a month. So you just keep this card in your wallet, and the first time you eat out every month, you pay with this card, you're getting back $300 of the $650. That's pretty good. You also get Marriott Platinum status, which is a pretty good, it's not the highest Marriott has, but it's a good status. I mean, it gets you access to some of the lounges in some of the hotels. It gets you room upgrades, gets you free breakfast at many other hotels. So that is a very solid status, especially outside of the United States. And then it gives an 85,000 point free night certificate every year after the first year. So this card is a very strong card. I don't know that I would say that it's quite there with the Hilton Aspire, which is just so amazing, because it'd be hard, that 85,000 point certificate, you could easily get a $500, $600, $700 a night room, but not quite what you can get with the Hilton certificates. And you are having to use that to offset about $350, depending on what you value the platinum status at. So you can definitely get your value from this card. And because of that, I really think this card deserves to be in the S tier. If I had like an S Plus and a regular S tier, I would put it below the Aspire card, but I still think it's for the right person, for somebody who really wants the luxury experience, it's a very solid card. I'd put it in the S tier. The last card we look at is also from Chase. So, of course, the Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant was from American Express, but Chase has also the Ritz-Carlton card. You can't get it by applying to it. You've got to upgrade or product change one of your Marriott cards with Chase over to it. But that means that this card doesn't give any sign-up bonus. So that definitely is going to ding it. But it's $450 a year. The multipliers aren't impressive. 6x on Marriott properties, 3x on some categories, and 2x on everything else. So that's nothing to blow your socks off. It gives you 15 Elite Night credits. It gives you gold status with Marriott, which is not near as good as what you get with the Brilliant with the Platinum status. I mean, gold status with Marriott is very like, who cares? But with Platinum, it's very good. So it's kind of strange that on a high annual fee card, it just gives you gold status. But it does give you 15 Elite Night credits, and it also gives you an $85K free night certificate. So again, that can be worth by itself more than the annual fee, which is pretty good. And then in addition to that, you get a $300 travel credit. Now it's weird because it's supposed to be for incidentals, but you got to call in and get a person to apply it. So there's a little bit of work and effort involved in getting that credit. So where would I put this card? Well, it's certainly an impressive card. You can definitely get with that $300, that only leaves $150 left of the annual fee to get back. And that free night certificate's easy worth $500, $600, $700. But to get your $300 airline credit, you got to call in and you got to, I guess, tell them what you did it for and hope that they will apply it for that. I mean, it just seems like a lot of effort. So for me, I have to put the Ritz-Carlton card in the B tier. Now that's my ranking of cards. I'm certain I probably missed a few, and if I did, put them down in the comments below. Tell me where you think those cards would fit on this list. But I hope you enjoyed it. I really think that hotel cards overall, with the exception of that one that's in D tier, I think hotel cards are hard to miss with because they generally are going to give you pretty good value, particularly with the free night certs or the extra points that you get. They're pretty decent cards, not as an everyday driver, not as a regular spender, but as a part of your setup, just to get those extra perks and extra value. So let me know what you think below. Consider my channel membership. It's $2.99 a month. You can cancel anytime. I do special videos just for channel members. I do early release videos. And like I said, there's no commitment. You can cancel anytime you want. And there's information below about that. Please hit the like and subscribe button. I appreciate you being here, and I will see you here next time.